Next, we have Dr. Torri Barton on
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
I want to thank the committee for having us here, and I want to move quickly because I know time is short. I was once an alienated daughter, and my life completely changed when I met my father at 31 years old. And this allowed me, truthfully, I know people look at it and they think all the negative statistics around fatherlessness, she must have had some trials. At that time, it didn't look like it. I looked like I was successful. I had several degrees. And what I recognized even at 31 years old, my father gave me an identity. He allowed me to discover confidence and self esteem that I didn't know I needed, and he filled voids emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically that I didn't know I needed. Our relationship actually caused me to birth my own purpose out of pain. And that's how the Fatherless Generation Foundation here in Georgia was started, where we took on the mission of reuniting fatherless children with their biological fathers. To date, we've now done 3,307 reunites with biological fathers. That equates to 8,267 children who are no longer fatherless. That mission, coming out of my pain, allowed me also to see the unfortunate side of a court system that seemed to slant towards one parent over another. Seemingly, that was the father who seemed to struggle. And there were many good fathers who were struggling while working to be active, involved, and present. The struggles that I want to list are the ones that I've seen, but you've heard others today. Unable to obtain representation because of a lack of money. And even when they had money, they might have ran out during litigation. Litigation fatigue that causes unfair settlement agreements that most fathers wouldn't agree to if they hadn't run out of money. Unaware of their rights, especially when they're unwed fathers, like Reverend Carnell mentioned. Depression, PTSD, and suicidal thoughts. One of the things that Dr. Farrell talks about in his book is that a lot of fathers find purpose in fatherhood. But when you force a person out through litigation, what you have is heartbreak, not only from the fathers, but also from their children. You see that heartbreak in our society, in our community through crime. And then this is something that I can tell you, it definitely needs to be passed because shared parenting would have changed my life tremendously. I had my father for 2.5 years. Imagine what a lifetime would have done if I've now been able to reunite that many children with their fathers just with 2.5 years. I want to also finish by saying that we know all the negative statistics, 85% more likely to be incarcerated. As a board member of the Department of Juvenile Justice Reentry Program, I see that every single time I walk into one of those state facilities. I've also seen it through the YIP program through Fulton County, which is Beyond Scared Straight. I've been a member of that for several years. The solution is House Bill 1140. And I want to give you something different. I want to give you a scripture. The scripture in Luke 1:17 says, he will come in the spirit of Elijah, and he will turn hearts of fathers back to their children and children's hearts back to their fathers. It's not that fathers don't love their children. You heard it earlier. They've had to dial back their love for their children in order to cope. And the thing that they're coping with, both fathers and their children, is the heartbreak. But today we have an opportunity to remove the barriers of this heartbreak. Thank you.
Dr. Barton, thank you. Thank you for the work that you are doing in your nonprofit, and also thank you for the success that you've had in reuniting fathers and their children. And then thank you again for your service on these various boards.